I know it's late, so I'll try to make my comments brief. Many of you may be aware that we have a vacancy on the planning board. Mr. Moncrief has submitted his resignation. I think that it would behoove us to consider strongly appointing a woman to the planning board. Another woman. There's only one woman who sits on that planning board, and I think that this town needs the woman's touch a little bit more. I am still concerned about the lack of an MRA agreement. This is a consultant firm that we are using for Brewerton consultation. As I said before, that amount that's being discussed is $155,000. I don't think that was ever specifically approved, and if we have agreements with other consultants, I think that we should have an agreement with MRA. My last issue was this issue about getting an opinion from the state comptroller about spending funds. I remain concerned, that appropriated funds are being spent, and we find out after the fact that money was spent. And it seems like there's a double standard going on in this town, and I don't think it's appropriate. Thank you.
Charlotte?
I just wanted to say that the negative balances, unencumbered balances, are declining, so this budget is starting to shape up to look like what it should. I think with the adjustments done today, a lot of Jody's negatives there, which will be coming out of grants or whatever, all of those would be straightened out. And there are some items that haven't been used at all. Hopefully, those will all roll back into the funding for next year.
The only issue I want to bring up tonight, I know it's getting late, is one issue that's been coming up periodically over the last few years is issues relative to traffic within the town of Cicero. I think that's probably in the top 2-3 of concerns of residents in the town is traffic concerns along State Route 31, South Bay, Thompson Road, all that congested area. We all sit in it. We all have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. 15, 20 minutes we're waiting for lights. We petition county, state entities in the past for the last several years to ask them for help to help us resolve these issues. Being that the town of Cicero doesn't have jurisdiction over it, our hands are tied, which a lot of residents don't realize. They say, why aren't you doing anything about the traffic? We have been. We've been doing, whether it's corridor studies with Clay to help present that to the state at some point, whether it's petitioning for stoplights, whether it's asking for other assistance and aid in those areas. So that's been a major concern, and I think it's an issue that needs to be addressed within the town. And perhaps after I get done here, even Mr. Meyer might have some ideas or have an opportunity to speak on the issue regarding the county roads. But anyway, I want to propose a resolution regarding the traffic issue in hopes that it may provide the catalyst to help get things going in this regard and helping the entities of the town of Cicero get the attention of county and state officials to help us work together to alleviate some of the traffic concerns residents have. So I'll read this resolution into the record and ask for approval. Over the last few years, many residents within the town of Cicero have been bringing to our attention as a board concerns over Gillette Road and South Bay intersections, not to mention also State Route 31. On more than one occasion, the town board has petitioned Onondaga County to develop and implement remedies, along with the state, to the significant challenge at the intersections along South Bay and Gillette Road. Regretfully, there has been no action after studying the intersections and taking action after each of the requests the town has asked. Whereas the town of Cicero is a growing community and is in fact the fastest growing town within the county. Whereas over the last few years, the traffic situations in the areas of South Bay Road, Gillette Road, and Thompson Road have rapidly deteriorated. Whereas the town of Cicero does not have control or jurisdiction over the foregoing roads and intersections, we cannot remedy the situation ourselves. Whereas there are viable solutions within the grasp of the county to address the traffic issues in such area. Whereas the town of Cicero has made several attempts over the years to request intervention by the county to address the traffic concerns in those areas. And be it further resolved that the town of Cicero hereby asks the county of Onondaga and other responsible state agencies to conduct a public meeting with concerned residents, town officials, and include appropriate county transportation officials to review the traffic situations in this area and discuss possible resolutions and solutions to these matters. And that's in the form of a motion.
Second.
Sabrina?
The motion is requesting a public hearing.
A public meeting with state and county officials regarding traffic issues within the town, that's correct.
I certainly would support that, but I also want to say that members on the planning board have been bringing up traffic issues for the 2 years that I've been attending. And there seems to be a lack of communication between the planning board and this board about their concerns. I think that the developers could be more involved in solving some of the traffic situations, and I think that we must aggressively pursue that, and I would like to give some direction to the planning board that they have our concern when they do ask for information from the developers about traffic, when they're asking for honest assessments of the impact. We have a whole bunch of new developments going on in this town, and several members have asked for the impact of that, and those issues haven't come before this board. So yes, I support the resolution, but I also wish to empower the planning board to take a more active role to see what can be done about the traffic situation. There's projects being submitted, approved, that we know, will have an impact. Time after meeting, developer gets up there and says, no, there's no impact. My development is not going to have any impact on traffic, and I have heard this time and time again. Mrs. Smith can verify this at planning board meetings. So, yes, I support the resolution, but we if we're really serious about addressing traffic, then let's empower the planning board to deal with these developers and really address the issue.
I agree.
Yes.
That's a yes.
As a yes.
Ms. Tarwacki?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Mr. Kaczynski?
Yes.